guys, Ryan the Nerd here, and we just hit 900 subscribers. Is this a dream? Is this a dream? I'm gonna pinch myself just to make sure it's not a dream. It's not a dream. This is real life. This has actually happened to me. What is going on here? 900 beautiful people actually watch my content? Wonderful. So, as you can clearly see, I am dressed for the occasion. I got this lovely party hat. Ignore the fact that this is Happy New Year, okay? This was the only party hat that I could find, okay? Don't judge me in the comments, I swear to God. So, to celebrate this tremendous occasion, I decided to do two things. Number one, release the balloons, because you can't have a celebration without some balloons. So release them, God damn it! Okay, that's quite a few balloons. Okay, you can stop with the balloons now. You can stop now! Crappy jokes aside, thank you everybody who supports my content and supports me and all that good stuff. I don't want to be too, I don't want to be too focused on me, because it's all about you guys. I don't want to sit here and be like, it's all about me. It's all about me. Everything's got to be about me. It's all about you guys. Everything that I do is all for you guys, because I really enjoy making content for myself, because I want to express who I am, but also to show you guys that you guys support me and all that good stuff. Sorry for all the stuttering. I don't script any of this, so bear with me, please. And to celebrate this tremendous occasion, I decided to do another Q&A. I've already done a Q&A session for 800 subscriber special, and there are quite a few comments or questions in this video, so this video might be a little bit longer, so bear with me and all that good stuff. So without further ado, before we actually get into the questions here, excuse me, before we get into the actual questions, I just want to say that there will be a shout-out section to the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. And also, I will not be linking on anybody's Instagram in the description. There will only be my Instagram. Not to say that it's all about me, like I said before. It's just for privacy reasons, because I don't want people coming in and looking in the description and looking at their subscriber or the Instagrams and going to my friends and harassing them and all that stuff. And I don't think none of them will like that, because half of them are really personal friends of mine that I actually know in person, and they don't have a big following on social media. They just do it to communicate with friends. So I don't want them getting harassed or DM'd and all that stuff from random strangers. So I will not be linking any of their Instagrams in the description. But without further ado, let's get to the actual questions. So our first question comes from my good friend Jasper, and I actually know them in real life. Their Instagram will not be linked in the description, but their YouTube channel will. Wait to the shout out, please. And they asked, who is your best friend? I can't just pick one, okay? I have too many. I have too many friends, and you're one of them. And everybody, I have a lot of friends, so I can't just pick one, but I have a lot of them. But thank you for the question, Jasper, and let's move on to our next question. Our next question comes from my good friend Brandon, and he asked, did you enjoy watching Godzilla vs. Cloverfield? He is referring to his latest video. Yes, I did, Brandon. I really do enjoy every single one of your videos, even though that I don't really agree with some of the, how the battles would actually play out in, real life or anything like that. I still really enjoy I still really enjoy your content, and I know that you do it for fun. But yeah, I really do enjoy every single one of your videos. They always put a smile on my face. So yeah, thank you for the question, Brandon. Let's move on to our next question. Our next question comes from Jamin Shaw, and he asked, why don't you put hashtags in your posts? This is a very specific question. I don't know why he asked that, but I'm going to answer it anyway. The reason why I don't put hashtags on my posts, he's referring to Instagram, is because I don't really need to use hashtags. I don't want to use hashtags, and even if I did use hashtags, I probably wouldn't even get recognized anyway. And I just follow my same simple formula. I take a picture, I put a title on it, I post it, and people like it, and I don't need to put, an actual hashtag there, because there's no use. I don't need a use for it. That's what I was trying to say. And sorry for rushing all the questions, but I'm trying to give a sweet, short but sweet answer, if that makes sense. So thank you, Jamin, yet again for the really specific question. Let's move into our next question. Mr. Doodles asked, how recognize that name. And he asked, how has your YouTube channel impacted your life? I don't want to go too in depth with that. I'll go in depth later, but it has impacted my life really positive. That's all I'll say for now because somebody already asked, whatever. But I'll get to that later. It's really impacted my life positive. So yeah. Thank you, Mr. Doodles, as always. I recognize your name because you asked a question in my previous Q&A session. So thank you yet again for your wonderful question. Stay you, stay awesome, and we'll move on to our next question. Now, this is going to be a little confusing because I have two Ethans, but I'm pretty sure you'll know which one I'm talking about. He's a really personal friend of mine. He used to have a YouTube channel. He doesn't post there much anymore, but he's a really great friend of mine. And he asked, would you ever get into reading comic books? Very specific question, but I really appreciate it. I do have some comic books, but my dad has a butt ton of them, and I've only read like a couple of them. The one that I can actually really remember is The Killing Joke. If you have not read The Killing Joke, it's a great read. Please read it. It's amazing awesomeness. But I mostly have graphic novels, and I mostly read graphic novels. But graphic novels and comic books are basically the exact same thing. So leave it down in the comments. What's the difference between a graphic novel and a comic book? Because to me, they're basically the exact same thing. So yeah, I read comic books, totally, 100%. Our next question comes from Brooke, and she asked, what is your favorite movie/series? Now, somebody, Raphael, to be specific, he asked, what's my favorite TV show? We'll get to that later. But for right now, I'm just going to stick with the movie because we don't have time to ask the same question twice. We don't have time for that. What are you talking about? But to be serious, what's my favorite movie? My favorite movie of all time is 2001: A Space Odyssey. But my top 3 favorite movies ever is 2001: A Space Odyssey, 9, and Dark Crystal. Those are my top 3 favorite movies. So yeah, those are my top 3 favorite movies. So our next question comes from my good friend. They wish to remain anonymous, so I'm not going to say their name here. But they asked, what is your favorite video games? So I have a lot of favorite video games. So I decided to boil it down to 3. I like to boil everything down to 3. It just keeps it really nice and simple and sweet. But it was really hard for me just to pick 3 video games that I actually really like. But the first one is not that hard for me to actually choose. My favorite video game ever is Alien Isolation. Now, if you are a fan of horror and a fan of the Alien franchise, you should definitely play this game. It is actually one of the scariest games ever, and I'm not just saying that because I get scared easily, which I do get scared easily. But this game is literally the scariest game ever because I've played this game for about 5 years now, and I know exactly what happens in this entire game. And even then, if I were to replay this game today, I would still get scared because it's so unpredictable. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, this is a great game. Please play this game. And it is 8 years old, which is very great. Well, it's actually very odd that it's 8 years old. And it's still a great game, even for 8 years. Another great game that's 8 years old is FNAF. Now, this was really hard for me to choose, but I was either between a tie between FNAF 1 or FNAF 2. I'm going to go FNAF 1 because it is the first game in the franchise, that is, and it's also the game that introduced me to the actual franchise itself, and it really has a big impact on my life. So yeah, that's why it's at my number 2 spot. And for my 3rd favorite video game ever is Undertale. Now, I can't really sit here and add anything to the Undertale talk because everybody and their grandmother has already said why Undertale's amazing. So I can't really sit here and say anything new to the talk. Same with FNAF. I can't really sit here and add anything. But yeah, those are my 3 favorite video games. Thank you. You know who you are. So yeah, I'm not going to mention their name. Our next question comes from Brooke again. She asked 2 questions, and she said, what's been the best thing for you after starting YouTube? 2 things. Number 1, meeting people. Without YouTube, I would never have met Brandon, Ethan, or Raphael, or many other tremendous, great people. Everybody that I know from YouTube are such great people, and I love their content, and they're so fun to hang out with. By the way, my Instagram is linked in the description, so you can watch me go live with a couple of my YouTube friends. So yeah, go check my Instagram out. That's the only Instagram link that I'll have linked in the description, by the way. Just wonderful. Another thing that the other best thing that happened to me after starting YouTube was getting my first 1,000 views. That was the best thing to ever happen to me before I met Brandon and all that. That's how I even met Brandon. My second most popular video on my channel has like 75,000 views, and that was mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling to me. But it's also the video that actually introduced me to Brandon. He actually watched my video, and then we started talking in the DMs. It's so weird that video got so popular so quickly because it's a really poorly made video. I didn't know any editing techniques right there, so it was completely raw footage. And I had a very squeaky voice back then, and it was really cringe. But everybody else was saying great job on the Rudy paint job and all that stuff. And I'm like, I didn't even paint that figure. My dad did, so he should get more support than I do. But apparently everybody liked that video. But yeah, getting the first 1,000 views was so mind-boggling to me because I didn't even know that could actually happen to me. Just a random kid making stupid videos. I still make stupid videos now, but yeah, it's still mind-boggling to me. Also as mind-boggling as we hit 900 subscribers. Thank you all. I'm going to keep mentioning that because I'll never stop. Our next question comes from Raphael, and he said, what is your favorite TV show? And this is going back to Brooks' last question. What is your favorite TV series? My favorite TV shows, I have quite a few, but my top 3 favorite TV shows ever are Gravity Falls, The Owl House, and Star vs. the Force of Evil. Now, my other favorite TV series are The Dark Crystal, Watership Down, Rick and Morty, and Gotham. Those are my 3. Those are my favorite TV shows. But you know my top 3, and you know my other favorite TV shows. So thank you, Raphael, for the question. Let's move on to our next question. This question comes from Ethan, not the other Ethan that I already mentioned, but my good friend Ethan, that I met on YouTube. He asked, "What is your favorite monster movie?" Gotta be Cloverfield, 100%. I really like the concept of that movie. Maybe I'll do a movie review on it because I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe I should rewatch it and actually do a video on it because I really like to talk about it. But I really like the concept of that movie. It's such a great movie. I love how it's a found footage film, and the Cloverfield monster, love the design for it, love everything about that movie, and I wish I had a poster. Speaking of poster, I really like that poster, but I also want an actual physical copy of the poster hanging in this room because I really do like that poster. Our second to last question comes from Brandon. Yet again, he has 2 questions, and he asked, when was the last time you saw The Dark Crystal? Referring to Dark Crystal, the movie, not the TV show. Actually, 2 days ago. Not gonna lie, I watched it again because I was feeling the Dark Crystal urge again rising up inside me. So I was like, all right, I want to watch Dark Crystal. So I rewatched it 2 days ago, and it's still amazing. Still amazing. The last question comes from Universe Godzilla, and I don't know him personally, but he asked in one of the comment conversations that we were having, I mentioned that I was doing a Q&A session, and I was wondering if he had any questions for me. So yeah, and he asked, what is your favorite version of Godzilla? My favorite version of Godzilla has got to be Shin Godzilla. I love the movie, and I really like Shin Godzilla's design. His atomic breath is just absolutely amazing. Love it. Love everything about Shin Godzilla. So yeah. So that's going to do it for all the questions. I'm actually surprised that we actually got all through them relatively quickly. Now we're going to move into our shout-out section. So our first shout-out is going to be the main 3 that you probably already seen. Brandon, Walton, Ethan, Villasuso. I'm so sorry if I pronounced your last name, buddy. I just can't pronounce it. I'm so sorry. And ItsRafBravo. Those are my YouTube friends that I met from YouTube. Really great friends of mine. And they make terrific content. Ethan and Brandon do, the same type of videos, battle videos, and it's well edited, and all that great stuff. And Raphael just does random stuff like I do, just random stuff that he really enjoys. So yeah, go subscribe to them as well. I got a couple more. Two of them are actually best friends that I actually know in real life. And their YouTube channel. Hold on, I just got to Google it for a second. I just got to go on my subscription. My good friend Jasper. Their YouTube channel is Jasper Afton. They make Gacha Life content and actual good Gacha Life content because most Gacha Life content is actually cringe, but they make wonderful edits and all that great stuff. So shout out to them. Love their content. My other friend, his name is Hayton, and his YouTube channel is Hat Squirtle, and he does terrific gameplay content. I'm actually surprised that he has a little amount of subscribers. He has like 40, 45 subscribers, which I'm actually surprised because he does a way better job at actually editing his videos, and he actually makes gaming content that I could never make. So please go give him support because he actually really deserves it. So yeah, go subscribe to him. So our last two shoutouts are Universe Godzilla and Rocketbat. I don't know them personally. I've only known them from YouTube comments. We've had conversations in the past couple weeks and all that stuff. So please go give them support. Love talking to them. Love their content, all that great stuff. And they need subscribers because their content's amazing. Universe Godzilla does animation like I do, but he's a way better drawer than I will ever be. And he does battle edits, not like battle videos like Ethan and Brandon do. Just short little battle videos and all that great stuff. So keep up the good work, Universe Godzilla. And Rocketbat, he does SH Monster Art figure stuff. And I could never afford SH Monster Art figures. So keep up the great work, Rocketbat. Their channels will be linked in the description. So that is done with all the shoutouts. But before we end the video off here, I took my hat off because it's full of glitter and it smells like absolute donkey ass. Don't ask me how I know that. But before I end the video off here, I just want to give another big round of applause to everybody who subscribed to me because I'm really glad that people actually find enjoyment in the content that I actually make. You know, reviews, animation, and all that stuff. It's just a hobby for me and to express my, just express who I am. But I'm actually glad that people are actually liking my stuff that I actually make. So thank you to everybody. Give them a big round of applause. And before I end off the video here, I just want to say that everybody should give equal amount of love to everybody back. So since I get love from people, I like to give love back, and you should do the exact same thing. So if you see a comment on my video or any comment on any of my friends' videos, please just give them support and just check out their videos and just see how it goes. And if you like their videos, give it a like. If you like their content, give it a subscribe hit thing. But that's gotta do it for me, guys. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do, but you guys know what time it is. So, bye, guys.